Hello, everyone. English 431 students, you all are doing great. I hope you all are well and getting stuff done and feeling like you're settling into the semester. I'm coming to you from my basement. It looks like my office, and my office is nice. It's filled with all kinds of fun books. But down here in the basement, it's kind of cool. It's little gold. Hey, I want to go through a couple of things relatively quickly. I'll probably make another video about your first assignment, because that's something that's on my mind right now, and I hope that it's on your mind as well. First things first, let's just sort of talk about what's ahead in the week, because there's a couple of things that we should probably cover based on what's going to happen with your internships. So what do we see right here? We see the third week of the course on our tentative schedule page. First things first, I'm really enjoying reading the stuff that you are posting to Google Currents. Your last assignment was to take your first set of field notes from your internship and dump them into Google Currents so that I could look at them and see what's going on in these sites and help you through kind of how we might analyze them as outsiders. Of course, the goal of these assignments is in much ways like the goal of an ethnographer, an anthropologist, to approach this as a culture with which you are unfamiliar, to try to learn the different kinds of the vibe of that space, but then also the interrelationships among students, between certain students, or between students and the mentor, or among all of you, right? So first things first, let's just remember the workflow for week 3 should be, let's try to keep to deadlines. If you ever need additional time, just let me know. It's totally fine, but I want to make sure that I can respond to your work on a regular basis and get it back to you as quickly as possible. Start thinking about your first paper. Now, what is that first paper? You will notice that this class is not just an introduction to writing mentorship, being a mentor, being an intern in the space where you are right now gives you an idea of what mentorship is like. It's also the only course on campus where you can learn about what it means to be a writing tutor. And there's writing centers all across the country at colleges and universities. They are very common. And yet the kinds of practices that go into being a tutor are sometimes mysterious. So the first paper actually asks you to go to the writing center, although it's in Zoom this semester, to go to the writing center, to bring a piece of writing that you are doing for a course or that you have just gotten back from a professor. I'll talk about that a little bit more. And to be tutored, and then to write your paper about that experience, reflecting on the experience of working with a tutor and linking it to at least 2 of the readings we will have done. Now, the way that you do that, you will see that there is a link right here that will take you to a page that looks suspiciously like this. And all you got to do is click the button for scheduling a 1-hour appointment. That is the way that you would do this assignment. The next thing I'd like you to do, I'd like to make sure that all of you read 2 articles this time instead of just 1. They are at the same link in Perusall, and they're relatively short and relatively informal, so that'll be okay, I think. It's Leahy's What the Writing Center Is and Isn't, and Young's Can You Proofread This? Of course, there's a little bit of irony in the title, Can You Proofread This? Because that is the very thing that we do not want to do as tutors, is to do the work for the student. The goal, as Stephen North said, is not to help the writer necessarily, but to help the writing. That is to assist, oh, sorry, I got that reversed. Not to help the writing necessarily by just a product-oriented emphasis that would just be to point out the errors, but to guide the writer in the process of becoming a more fluent and engaged and focused writer on any particular project that they're working on. So here this is by Wednesday. Please read and respond to both of those in Perusall. Thursday or Friday, here's the interesting thing. There may not be an internship opportunity each week. Your mentor may or may not hold a Zoom meeting with his or her, their students on Thursday and Friday. But that does not mean that you have no opportunities there. You may need to contact your mentor. In fact, that I think would be a very good idea. Contact your mentor and find out what's going on this week that you can participate in and ask to see if you can sit in. There may be individual meetings with students. There may be a smaller group of 2 or 3, or the mentor may be doing something else. But in any case, I want to make sure that you're communicating with that mentor on a regular basis to see what is going on. And if there is no 10-person group, find out what is going on and try to plug yourself into that. Then by Sunday, whatever has happened, you'll let me know if nothing at all happens. But whatever has happened, write it up as your internship field notes and upload it to Google Currents like you do every week. So again, I'm hoping we're settling into the mode of this class where things are due pretty much on Wednesdays, which are readings that we do in Perusal, and then on Sundays, some form of note taking, field notes, ethnographic research that appears in Google Currents. So I'm going to upload this video and share it with everybody. I'm going to get out of sharing my screen right now and email me if you have any questions. I'm very happy to communicate with all of you. We're all doing great so far. I am really happy. In fact, I wanted to show you really quickly all kinds of good stuff in these field notes. First things first, I saw Larissa's field notes. She's writing them out longhand. And then what she's doing is she's, let me share this with you once again so you can see this. This is cool. Here we are. So Larissa was showing everything that had gone on in her workshop, and that's super cool. She's starting to make some comments out to the side and some notes using highlighter. That is very, very cool. Travis really killed it with his field notes, which were very detailed, and I think that that's amazing because it provides you plenty of evidence, plenty of data for the work that you will do later. Christian gave me some good field notes. There is another set of photographs down here from Jennifer, who wrote a whole bunch of interesting comments. Jennifer seems to have attended a very active group, and I think that that's great. So the long and the short of it, very happy with everything that you all are doing and looking forward to talking to you more. Thanks.